Hello, everyone. I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, and Japanese to high schoolers out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I am thinking my way through the Harvard Project Zero thinking routines. And if you want to help me with this, talk to me at studio-nemo.com, ping me at the Duolingo Educators Network, or in the Minecraft Education Ambassadors. Today, we are digging deeper into ideas. We are on Tug of War. Now, last time we did Tug for Truth, and this one is Tug of War. Very similar titles. Again, they're at this location, pz.harvard.edu, etc. Link in the description. Tug of war also occurs in considering controversies, dilemmas, and perspectives. This is a routine for exploring the complexity of fairness dilemmas. So again, when you're focusing just on grammar, your pop-up grammar lessons, your grammar translation lessons, if you're doing the audiolingual method and you've got some transformation drills that the students are stumbling over, you're using community language learning and you're dissecting a script that your whole class wrote, or you're working straight out of your textbook, what you're going to need is the phrase because. Students are going to need to justify all of their answers with a good, solid because. And if you are up to it, if your students are up to it, you can throw in what if, and all the grammar that entails. If you feel your students are ready for it, give them the subjunctive, give them the future tense. If not, just throw in the what if and let your students use present tense. It's okay. It's not going to kill them. They're going to be thinking deep, complex thoughts, and you really want them to be able to express those thoughts and not be afraid of expressing those thoughts. Don't let them raise the affective filter because they're so worried about saying the subjunctive correctly. Just let them talk in present tense. It's fine. When you're teaching literature, culture, history, art, music, food. Okay, so the last time I had my students physically tugging on a rope, and that kind of degenerated into chaos. And if it gets too silly, the students are slipping into English, so that didn't work as well as I'd hoped. So this time I drew, and I don't have a very good picture of it, but I drew ropes on giant pieces of butcher paper. I always buy a lot of butcher paper at the beginning of the year so that I can spread them out on the tables and do stuff like this. So I drew the ropes on the butcher paper, and I did 5 of them because that way I could have 6 students at a time writing. I don't like students to be passive ever. So I figured, that's a good number of groups. So I had the students, there's the rope, and then I had the students graffiti their thoughts and feelings and their what ifs on the pictures of the ropes that I drew. And no, I'm not a good artist, but the students could tell it was ropes, But I do like when they're graffitiing that they're around the table, some in the front, some in the back. This was during the pandemic and I had to have my tables in rows, and I don't normally like that. But, the students should be crowded around the one piece of paper, heads together, and they can read upside down, it's fine, or they can walk around the table when you do your gallery walk, and they can see what everyone wrote. For this one, I grabbed my deck of cards I have a game called Would You Rather, and sometimes I'll grab a card and I'll translate it quickly into whatever language I'm teaching at the moment, and we have fun with that because they're kind of silly questions. In our next episode, unveiling stories. Hope to see you there.